Hey guys, Jamie Foxx here with Nyjah Huston, and we are here with Inked Magazine. So I'm going to jump right into this. You've been skateboarding for approximately how long?
23 years, since I was 5 years old.
Okay, and what made you go, I'm going to be a skateboarder?
Man, it was really just a natural attraction to it, because ever since I first started, when I was around like 4 or 5, even when I was 4, I was like pushing around on my knees a little bit. But I have 3 brothers, 2 older brothers, so I grew up skating with them. My dad got us into it when we were all really young. And I was the one that really just like had so much love for it. That's all I wanted to do every day.
You had passion for it.
Yeah, so much passion. And I still do, so It's amazing.
Well, that's good because you're still doing it.
Yes.
Out of all your brothers, who is the better skateboarder, you or them?
Well, growing up, my older brother, Avi, he's 2 years older than me. He was actually better than me for a while, and then I like kind of slowly caught up to him because I was just like on it, just practicing so much every day. But yeah, I mean, that's really what it takes for any kid out there who wants to become a professional skateboarder. Like, you got to really be willing to like put in that time of practice, like on your own too. Like, skateboarding with friends is fun, but you really got to be willing to like put in that work every day on your own.
Well, it's hard too because when you do have a passion like that in any career, you kind of have to sacrifice friends, family, relationships, because you have to really focus on yourself. Have you had a lot of issues when it comes to like other relationships, family, other jobs? Because you're like, this is my focus.
Well, yeah. It's interesting you say that because I was raised really like strict and really outside of the kind of normal society. Like, I never went to school when I was a kid. I was raised vegan for my whole childhood, and a lot of these things were because my dad was just like very strict on a lot of kind of life, the way he saw life. And I think a big reason for the reason why I became such a good skateboarder was because I didn't have a lot of distractions, and really my life was very simple. And the mixture of that and how much love I have for skateboarding was like a good combination for me to get that good at it.
Well, stability is also one thing, and like you see everyone around your family and everyone's giving you structure, so having that structure is important. Do you think that if you were raised in a different way, you would be different or still be as passionate about skateboarding?
I question myself on that a lot, because if I was raised as a normal kid and I went to normal school and I had friends and I was having fun and, you know, doing my thing, just being a normal kid, I question if I would have still been that focused on skateboarding. Part of me thinks I still would have been, because I've been skateboarding for 23 years now, and I still have just as much love for it as I did when I was a kid. And I think part of the reason for that is like skateboarding is so much different than your average sport out there, your average team sport. Like, it's so creative and it's such a lifestyle. It's not like I go to my skate park every day and I'm like, all right, it's time to train. I got to do this today. I got to do that today. It's like,
learn this trick.
It's that sometimes, but most of the time it's just going out skating with your friends, street skating. That's what I like to do most, just going and skating around the city, finding random spots to skate. And it's just always new energy. There's always new ways to have fun with it.
I love that because it's also, you're challenging yourself. You're not going to ever get bored. You're not going to wake up and go, I don't want to skate.
Never.
This isn't what I want to do.
Yeah.
So you were in the Olympics in Paris, right?
No, I was in Tokyo.
You're going to Paris.
Paris is the next one. I'm working to make it there. It's looking good so far. How
was it going for your first Olympics? Being in the Olympics, how was that?
It was amazing and an honor to be able to skate the first Olympics that skateboarding was in. And it's just an honor to represent your country in general. That was something that was very new to skateboarding, and I've skated every contest in the world, and that was the first time we've really like represented our country out there. So it definitely gives you another like special feeling and some extra motivation. It was a little interesting experience because it was right around COVID time, and it was in Japan, in Tokyo, where they were still taking COVID very, very seriously. So we were like locked in the Olympic Village the whole time. We didn't have that much freedom to kind of do as much stuff as you normally would around the Olympics. But it was still a great experience, and I think I can definitely make it to the next one. I won one contest last year in Rome that was like one of the Olympic qualifier events.
Good job. You're halfway there.
Halfway there, yeah. And then hopefully place good in a couple this year, and then we'll be on the right track.
And when is the Paris Olympics?
The Paris Olympics is
right?
Next year, yeah, 2024, I think around July.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's nice because it was only 3 years off instead of 4 years because of the whole COVID change.
It kind of pushed everything back.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you one question because I'm into tattoos, and so are you. What's your favorite tattoo?
My favorite tattoo, oh man, so I get asked that so often that it's so hard to answer.
It probably changes a lot.
I really like this one a lot on my left kneecap. It's like a half butterfly, half skull.
With the artist who did this?
This one was, I think my buddy Andrew, who works at this shop, and Andrew Artega is his Instagram. He works at this shop in LA, and I put these words under it that kind of went with it: beauty, darkness. This is my first one ever when I was 18.
It should be.
Skate and Destroy. This is like an old, like kind of Rasta Ethiopian style cross I used to wear every single day when I was a kid.
Do you still have it?
I was raised Rasta.
Do you still have the cross?
I lost it. I lost it, yeah.
Time to get a new one.
Yeah.
Sign's meant to be open.
I got it tatted on me, so it's always with
forever.
me. Yeah. That's a good thing about tattoos, right?
A question, what happened here? You have
let's see. This was just from something random. This was from my ACL surgery, which was 8 months ago now. That was like my worst injury ever. So I just started skating again a couple months ago, but it's feeling good.
Do you feel back to normal?
I wouldn't say 100% back to normal yet. Probably a few more months for that, but I've been putting in the work to feel strong again. So.
What is your favorite thing about SetJet? Obviously, you know you can get somewhere quickly. You can fly with all your friends. What's like your favorite thing? Yeah,
I would say my favorite thing is just the vibe of being on a plane like this with a couple friends compared to flying commercial.
Dealing with airports.
Yeah, dealing with airports. Yeah. That's one of the main things. I've missed so many flights from being late before, especially like LAX. Parking at the airport is a nightmare.
It's trash.
So
it's trash.
It really just makes the whole experience that much easier and that much more fun.
And it's cool because it's like more small, but it feels like cleaner and more spread out.
Yeah.
You don't have to see anyone. Like that's one thing I really like about it because it feels more like an exclusive experience.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. What is your favorite skateboard trick?
My favorite skateboard trick. I'll go with the simple one, a tray flip, 360 flip on. It's when the board, you basically kick flip the board and it does a 360 spin. And it sounds a lot more complicated than it is actually.
So we have a mutual friend in common, Jason Ellis, who is also a professional skateboarder like you.
I grew up watching him skate. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So he wanted to ask you a question that you have to answer.
All right.
Are you ready?
What's he got for me?
Okay, here's a good one, Nyjah. When I got my kneecaps tattooed, people said that kneecaps hurt, but I didn't feel it because I smashed my knees so much from skateboarding. I don't really feel anything in my knees or my shins, and I feel like your shins would be way number than mine. So does that mean that you can just get like engraved shins and you don't even feel any pain? Is there spots from skateboarding that you've worn out so bad? Shut the up! Oh my God!
Man, he's comedy.
I'm gonna ask for the Nyjah Huston a shit. Excuse my French. But yeah, is there any spots where it doesn't hurt? Oh my God.
No, it's funny. I actually really relate to that because before I got my kneecaps tattooed, all my buddies that had done it before, they're like, dude, just wait till you do the kneecaps. It's gonna be so bad. It's the worst thing ever. And I was like, all right, dude, like, I think I can handle it. And when I got it done, I think I did this one first. And I was like, wasn't as bad as I thought. Definitely wasn't as bad as I thought. And I've had injuries on this knee. I've scraped them many times. My board hits them all the time. And then this one was actually at some random tattoo shop in, I think it was like off Sunset in LA. I'd never been there before. I just randomly wanted to get my kneecap tattooed that day.
Yeah.
And it was some like older dude tattooing me. He was like straight old school. He's probably like 75, 80 years old.
Heavy-handed.
So heavy-handed. And you can see how like thick the lines are and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like digging into my shit. And still, it wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. So, yeah.
Jason, your answer is not that bad. Not that bad. You probably have a lot of nerve damage too, so that
yes,
on your knees so much.
Yeah. Used to the pain.
Yeah. Obviously. So one thing I want to ask is, growing up in high school, a lot of my friends were like in the punk rock scene and skateboarding, and it was really like, you know, it was like, you're cool, like, oh, I'm not a basketball player, I skateboard. It was never like an accepted worldwide sport.
Yeah.
People, it's like underground, people set up their little video cameras and would skate at high schools and get kicked out.
No,
you know?
totally, yeah.
So now it's like a glorified, athletic profession.
Yeah.
Like, you're considered a professional athlete. How do you feel about it being like this global like phenomenon now, like a recognized athletic sport?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's just two totally different sides to skateboarding at this point. And I mean, there always has been the competition side of skateboarding. I grew up skating contests since I was 6 years old. I grew up watching my favorite skaters skate X Games and stuff. And then somehow I was skating my first X Games when I was 11 years old. But obviously now it's, you know, it's these contests, like trying to qualify to the Olympics and that whole side of things. And I think, you know, I'm not one to like hate on that side of skateboarding. I think it's cool. I love competing. I have fun competing. I don't go skate contests to become famous or to make more money. I skate contests because I genuinely like going out there and pushing the progression and competing with my other friends and skaters. And then there's the whole other core side of skateboarding, which to me is what true skateboarding is, and what true skateboarding always will be, as long as people like myself, you know that and are knowledgeable of that and still are true skateboarders. Like, I still spend most of my time out filming and actually doing true street skating, skating rails, skating stairs, getting kicked out by cops and security guards, and cutting knobs off rails, and like that's the kind of shit that I grew up doing, and that's the kind of shit that I still love to do the most to this day. So I think as long as everyone still knows that that's what true skateboarding is, and people like myself are pushing that knowledge out there, then there's nothing to worry about. Because I mean, no matter if someone wants to, you know, admit the fact that skateboarding is a sport or not nowadays, because a lot of people still don't. It is a sport in ways, because we are athletes. We are out there, you know, training, taking care of our bodies, being healthy, skating these contests, making money off of it. But when it comes down to it, true skateboarding is street skateboarding. That's just all there is to
roots.
it. Yeah.
That's a beautiful answer, Nyjah. So what do you love most about being a SetJet ambassador, and what made you really want to get involved with this company?
I wanted to be involved with SetJet because I think I've noticed over the years how many more people and like more of my friends, you know, in the LA scene or influencers or other athletes have been using private flights more. So I think I'm aware of how like much more popular it will become over the years. And I'm also an investor into SetJet. So I think I saw that opportunity as like, why not want to be a part of this? Why not throw some money in here? Because it's most likely going to be a successful company, and I get to travel on planes like this sometimes. So
I want to be an investor and travel and do this the same thing. Yeah, I think it's great. It's one of those things that's like you were saying, it's like started, and then people are like, oh wait, that's a genius idea. And then you can go anywhere and bring your friends, not deal with luggage in airports like we talked about.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Well, you heard it here first with SetJet. Nyjah Huston. I'm Jamie Foxx. Stay tuned. Check out their Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
At Nyjah, Nyjah.
And at SetJet. And we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, later.